Today on the show, Broadway legend Patti LuPone and her son Josh Johnston have teamed up for a radio play revival. Plus, Patti will dish on her return to the New York stage. And life is a cabaret for Real Housewives star Countess Luann de Lesseps. And I'll check in with Daphne Rubin-Vega and Leah Delaria, who are back on the boards in a revival of Tennessee Williams' The Night of the Iguana. I'm Frank DeLella, and this is On Stage. Welcome to the show. The star-studded podcast Radio Play Revival is now in its third season. The podcast celebrates the golden age of radio plays and was created and conceived by actor-director Josh Johnston. Josh's mom, three-time Tony Award-winning actress Patti LuPone, has appeared on the series and also serves as executive producer. Patti and Josh recently stopped by the studio to talk more about Radio Play Revival. Patti LuPone, welcome back to On Stage. Yeah. Josh, welcome to On Stage, your first time here.
Feels good.
Congratulations on 3 seasons of Radio Play Revival. Josh, I want to start with you. The genesis of this project, which I love, by the way.
Well, it was the early months of the pandemic, and I was complaining to anyone in our house back up in Connecticut about, I'm not on social media. I was saying, you know, people are getting offers on characters they've created on their glowing rectangles. And I'm not on social media. And my mom wisely said to me, she said, if you refuse to be on social media, you have to find a way to be creative while, you know, reaching another type of outlet. And it took a couple days, and she was on me for those days. And in a huff, I just looked to our bookcase and I saw my Norton Anthology of American Literature. And I said, fine, I have an idea. I'm gonna make a radio play, and I'm gonna have the narrator be a role, and every character is gonna be an actor, a different actor. And she got off my back for a couple days. And then I thought, well, I kind of have to do this now.
And now 3 seasons later, Patti, you are signed on as executive producer. You've directed episodes, you've appeared in episodes. Just talk a little bit about this mother-son collaboration.
Well, it's purely Josh, and I'm just a silent partner, and I love the fact that he has embraced every aspect of this creation, which is editing, casting, directing, all the tech stuff, and the choice of material is all Josh. And it's so impressive because I don't know half of these stories. But the other thing that's really incredible is bringing American literature to the forefront, because we don't read anymore. We don't take the time to read anymore. Yeah. And then the other thing that's so kind of fabulous about this is we started in the pandemic and we're ending in the strike, so that the actors that were available, that wanted to ply their craft, that wanted to extend themselves, to go back to their roots as actors and get involved with difficult language, was so inspiring. These actors inspire me today. I mean, we have an extraordinary cast of actors that said yes.
Can we talk about some of these names? Jessica Chastain, Michael Urie, Samuel L. Jackson, LaTanya Richardson Jackson, even Andy Cohen.
Eva Marie Saint, Anderson Cooper.
Bobby Cannavale.
Michelle
Williams, Harriet Harris. Returning
Harriet,
actors.
Bridget Everett, Charles Bush.
I mean, these are the best of the best.
Blair Brown, yeah. I mean, it's so exciting that because Jefferson Mays, to see the actors that responded to this as if it was recalling their training, and we don't get an opportunity to speak this language in this country anymore. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And you might get cast in a Shakespeare. Yeah. But in order to hone one's craft, you have to keep working at it. And this is material that forces you to think about it and create and apply the diction
Josh, you shared some behind-the-scenes footage with me. And Patti, there was this great video of you directing Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen in a closet.
In Andy's closet.
Closets across America.
Exactly. No, it's true. Closets across America is where it's, because we're not in a studio. In order to lure these actors, it's sort of, you don't have to go out of your house. Some of them want to go into a studio. They feel safer in a studio. But we can record you in your house. Just find a closet.
Patti, you have a show coming up at Carnegie Hall. What can you tell us about it? Give us a little preview.
It's called A Life in Notes, and I'm married again to my creative staff, whom I adore. Scott Whitman is the conceptualist and the director, Jeffrey Richman, and I will write it, primarily. Jeffrey will write it, and Joseph Thalken is the arranger and the musical director. We have added a couple of instruments. Brad Phillips is our all-strings player, and it is it's a concert of music that affected me, music that I heard growing up in America, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. It's not Broadway music. There's a Broadway section, but it's stuff that I heard growing up. It's the music that I initially responded to. You know, we all know where we were when we hear certain songs.
Yeah.
And we all know how they affected us.
Yeah.
So that's what it's about, A Life in Notes. So
I know you mentioned Broadway. Are we going to get you back on a stage? I know Broadway has been, you know, not your favorite thing of late in terms of what's being done out there.
Yeah.
Are we going to get you back on a stage in a show at some point?
I think so. I mean, of course, I'll never give up the stage.
You're one of the greats. You
but
know that.
I won't ever give up the stage. That's the actor's medium.
Okay.
And there is stuff in the wind.
Okay.
You know I'm no longer a member of Equity.
I know that, Patti.
So we have to figure out how I'm going to be on stage as a non-union member, which I think is not a problem. We'll find out. I don't support how Broadway has changed. I don't support it at all. We are not educating audiences. We are pandering to them, and we're making stupid audiences as opposed to people that need to be challenged, that want to learn, that want to be transported, that want to transcend their lives for 2 hours. I don't know what's going on, but so I don't know whether I'll ever partake in a musical again. I think I will definitely be on stage in plays and possibly off Broadway and maybe a play on Broadway. But it's heartbreaking to work as hard as we do and have a show fail because of either inexperienced marketing or inexperienced producers. And I think that's a big problem right now. Marketing and producers. Everybody wants to be in show business. Everybody wants to be on Broadway. I'd love it if they knew what they were doing.
Bravo to both of you.
Thank
Congrats. Thank you. And for more information on Radio Play Revival, head to radioplayrevival.com. And for tickets to Patti's show at Carnegie Hall, can't wait for that, on April 8th, check out carnegiehall.org. All right, it's time for a quick break, but coming up next, the one and only Countess Luann de Lesseps. Stay tuned.